Mindfulness is paying attention to your thoughts and feelings without judgment. It's being aware of your surroundings and our state of being. It can be just as simple as being in the present moment. You're not dwelling on what's happened in the past, and you're certainly not worrying about what's going to happen in the future. You are focused on the now. For my own children, practicing mindfulness, I believe, has helped them be more relaxed and calm. With any practice of mindfulness for kids, it's got to be simple and it's got to be fun. It can't be forced. So if your child is resistant to any of the exercises, that's okay. Just move on to something else. So in this video, we're giving you 5 simple mindfulness exercises for kids. They're really easy to do and fun. Hey guys, I'm Jason Kreidman and welcome to another episode of Dad University. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and click on that notification bell so you know when our videos are uploaded. Also, it really helps us spread our message when you share these videos. So maybe you know a couple people that might enjoy it, please share it with them. If you practice mindfulness, then you probably already know and feel the benefits, and that's why you're here. But if mindfulness is new to you or your kids, well, that's awesome. Thank you for exploring this. Let's get into the exercises. Number 1, coloring. Yeah, good old-fashioned coloring. However, mindful coloring removes any sort of judgment. So, specific color usage or whether the picture is good or bad, even staying in the lines or not. None of that matters. They're really just coloring for enjoyment. You know, coloring removes external stimulation and distractions. It allows the child to slow down and just enjoy the present moment. And that's what mindfulness is about. What's great about coloring for mindfulness is that kids don't even know that they're actually practicing something. They're really just coloring for fun. And we have to remember, there's no judgment, so it doesn't matter what colors they're using or how the picture looks or any of that. They really are just coloring for the enjoyment. That's the practice of mindful coloring. Most kids seem to enjoy coloring up to a certain age. You know, more recently, there has been adult coloring books which have become popular. And so if you do have a teen or an older child, there are more mature coloring books that are used for that purpose. People feel more relaxed and more present when they're coloring. So it's really good for anyone at any age, but especially for children, as it allows them to relax and be in the present moment. Number 2, I see, I hear. This is actually a technique that I still personally use myself when my mind starts to wander and I want to come back to the present moment. So here's how it works. You ask your child to tell you 3 things that they see. So they might say, well, I see a chair, I see carpet, and I see the dog. Great. And then now you say, tell me 3 things that you hear. And maybe they hear a car outside, they hear the dog breathing, or maybe a fan above them. If the child's really young, then you can help them along and ask them some questions to get them the 3 things that they see and the 3 things that they hear. The reason I see, I hear works is that it forces you to be in the present moment. It switches your brain to not worry about what happened in the past or what's going to happen in the future, because in order to play, you have to be in the present moment. You have to be aware of your current surroundings. And as I said, this technique has worked really well for myself. It also can work for you and your kids. Number 3, smell the flower, blow out the candle. This is a practice in mindful breathing. Teaching kids to control their breathing is a really easy way to teach mindfulness for kids. Now, there's numerous techniques for mindful breathing. Some combine the breathing with hand movements. Others will involve counting in between exhales and inhales. But the smell the flower, blow out the candle technique is actually one of my favorites. It worked really well with my kids, especially when they were young. So we would explain it as you'd inhale with your nose and you're smelling a flower, and then you are exhaling and blowing out the candle with your mouth. You might even go get a really nice flower and a candle so that you can demonstrate this. But we would also tell our children that the candle is really large and the flower smells really good. So they want to give that a little bit of extra time on each of those. So we're going to smell the flower with our nose, and then we're going to blow out the candle with our mouth. And so when you repeat that exercise over and over, the child begins to realize that they can use that to relax. And this technique was useful because we were able to use it in practical situations. One example was our children would get hurt, and we wanted them to calm down and slow down their breathing. So we would say, hey, smell the flower, blow out the candle. And as a result, their breathing would become slower and they would calm down. Number 4, guided meditation. If you don't already meditate yourself, then doing it with your child is a great reason to start. However, your child can certainly do it on their own. There are a lot of guided meditations for kids. You can use an app, or even just a simple YouTube search will result in a lot of different guided meditations. Guided meditation is a really easy and fun way for kids to practice. They just put on their headphones and listen to someone guide them through the process. It's very easy to do. They also may listen to stories, or the person will bring them through like breathing techniques. It's all very similar to a lot of the techniques that we do. It's just very easy because somebody is guiding them through that process. Both of my kids really enjoy nighttime guided meditation. If they can't sleep or feel restless, then they'll put on a guided meditation as they fall asleep. Now, it doesn't have to be used just for sleep. Anytime that you want a calming or relaxing session. The sessions usually last anywhere from a quick 5-minute calm down to the sleeping meditations, which may be an hour because they want to make sure that the child's asleep. But you get to choose. I'd be curious to get your feedback after you try it. Number 5, practice gratitude. If your child is old enough to write, have them write down 3 things that they are grateful for. If they can't write, then just have them verbalize it and talk out loud to you. So you have them write down 3 things that they're grateful for, and you might need to help them along. You can say, what about having food in our house? Or, what about your bed and being able to sleep on your bed? I think sometimes too, it is important to give them a frame of reference that not everybody can walk downstairs and has a cabinet full of food, or that not every child has a nice, comfortable bed to sleep on. Sometimes it's important to remind the children that not everybody has this, and as a result, we need to be very grateful that we have these things. In addition to writing down what they were grateful for, have them write down why they are grateful for those things. If they wrote down food, then ask them why are they grateful for the food. Well, maybe it's because if you get hungry, then you can go and grab something to eat. The why here is really important. I think it helps them solidify the gratitude a bit more. Instead of just writing down 3 things that you're grateful for, it makes them go a little bit deeper to try to understand what it is that they're grateful for and why. Why should they be grateful for that? I think teaching our kids gratitude helps fight some of that entitlement and those kids being spoiled or selfish. And that sounds good to me. I know that for myself, practicing mindfulness has absolutely helped reduce my stress and anxiety and just made me feel more calm. And I think it's done the same thing for my kids. There has been numerous situations in which the practices that we've done have really helped us out. Whether that was the breathing exercises or the meditation, those situations probably would have been a lot worse or a lot more stressful had we not had those techniques in our tool belt. I hope these exercises are helpful for you and your child. I'd love to hear from you. Do you practice any mindfulness exercises with your kids? Leave your feedback in the comment section below. If you found this video helpful, you don't want to miss what we have for you in our other videos. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and click on that notification bell. Also, if you know anybody that might enjoy this video, please share it with them. We'll see you next time.